Welcome back to Boost. This is our Christmas special. We're doing a video on budget winter cars, like cars you're gonna be driving through the snow and hitting snowmen and maybe a snow child. So, let's just get right into it. My car is ugly, and the reason why it didn't sell is probably because how ugly it is. Me being Mopar or no car, it's a Mopar. When do you think of Christmas? What's a Christmas car? A wagon.
Oh, station wagon.
A station wagon.
Of course.
Oh. The Dodge Magnum RT. It's got the 5.7 Hemi. It's making 340 horsepower. The reason why I picked the 5.7 over the XRT8 is simply because you can get it in all-wheel drive, which is fun during the snow. And when does it snow? During Christmas!
That's right. It's actually snowing out right now.
Yes, it is. I have an open differential. I may die on the way home.
If it ain't snowing, I ain't going.
All-wheel drive, right? The all-wheel drive split is 38% in the front, 62% in the rear. What's cool is this doesn't have any fancy smanchy torque vectoring. So it's always 38 and always 62. Are you going to rally a Dodge Magnum RT?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
You better.
I don't think it's intentional, but the all-wheel drive system actually gives the car a 1-inch lift, which also helps in the snow. It is extra weight though. It's almost extra weight.
Just for the all-wheel drive system?
All-wheel drive system.
I wouldn't even know. I would say another 100 pounds.
157 pounds, right down the middle.
Wow.
157 pounds.
Wow. We're like professionals.
Now this is, like I said, the 5.7 Hemi with 340 horsepower, so it's before it got the buff to 375. This is doing a 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds and a quarter mile at 14.5 at 97 miles an hour. It's a sub 15-second quarter mile. It's not fast, but it's definitely not slow. MSRP, it's around $2,000 more.
Wow. Just for the all-wheel drive system?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's got 390 foot-pounds of torque with 340 horsepower. That sounds like fun to me.
It sounds like it's going to launch hard.
5-speed automatic. This is the 5-speed that doesn't brake. But if something goes wrong with it, it's a Mercedes 5-speed, so you're going to need a new transmission.
That's right, the Mercedes platform. Right?
Yeah. Top speed is limited to 130 miles an hour. But let's be real here.
Wow.
If you go 130 miles an hour in an all-wheel drive Magnum RT, you're going to die. Why are you going that fast? MSRP, it's really hard to find MSRP for a car that came out between 2005 and 2008, so only 3 years. But it's around $32,000, I believe. Today's prices. This is why I love this.
Okay, I'm very excited for this. This is what we can't afford.
I looked at ranges. I mean like these like shit boxes that have 200,000 miles to really nice versions that are like 30, 40,000 miles. They range between $5,000 and $15,000.
What?
And I'll tell you exactly why. This car is so ugly.
Yes.
The SRT8 looks cool. You think it's ugly?
Yes. I will die on this hill. I
Do
don't
you think
care.
if Dodge still made a Magnum RT? If they did, I would have chosen a Magnum over a Charger. Because I love wagons. I really do.
Fire.
So this is the thing that I really like about this car. It's cheap. Parts might not be available for this thing, but just the engine itself, there is 1 million performance parts for this motor. You can have fun with this, but most importantly, you can fit the gifts in the back and drive through the snow and run over a couple snowmen and kids. I mean, snowmen.
If you drive one of these, you definitely have big-ass snowballs. On this channel, for whatever reason, we like to talk about cars that are so ugly that they're cool. Boy, do I have a polarizing car for that category. For my budget winter daily driver slash fun car slash whatever you want to call it is the 6th generation Celica 94 to 99 GT4. GT4, GT4 meaning all-wheel drive. So you're getting all-wheel drive.
Because cars have 4 wheels!
They have 4 wheels and they all spin at the same time.
Welcome back to Boost!
With this new generation, it was completely different styling. Gone were the pop-up headlights, pop-up up and down headlights.
New generation.
And in were 4 headlights, 2 on each side, and it kind of made it look like a spider, and people did not like it right off the bat. People hated this thing straight out the gate. First of all, Toyota going away from the pop-up headlights was super controversial, and I think they made it work.
Playing Gran Turismo throughout the years, that has been a staple in Gran Turismo, is that Celica.
Absolutely. They actually came out, the Celica was actually the cover car for one of the Sega games. When you buy A Celica GT4, 1994. You get a 2-liter turbo, 5-speed, all-wheel drive, 245 horsepower. In the early 90s, that was actually really solid. That's more horsepower than my modern-day 2024 BRZ.
Even in the early 90s, like, that's like a lot.
0 to 60, 6.1 seconds. I did not expect that. That is really solid. Top speed, 152 miles an hour. These are like modern day sports car stats. You get 5.1 inches of ground clearance. That matters when you're rallying a car. This car weighs in at 3,100 pounds. You get 25 miles to the gallon with the GT4. Is this the same Celica that was winning rally championships in the 90s? Yes. Yes, it was. They won 3 Constructors World Rally Championships and 1 Drivers World Rally Championship with the iconic Castrol oil livery, won by none other than Carlos Sainz Jr.'s father, Carlos Sainz Sr. Group A modifications. To comply with Group A racing regulations, the Celica might have slightly adjusted suspension components that could slightly alter the ground clearance, but it would generally remain close to the standard production level. So the whole point of this Group A stuff is to remain as similar to the consumer product as possible.
That's actually awesome.
Unlike NASCAR stock cars, which 0% of those are what the consumer buys. I love when a company puts a car in motorsport competition that we can just go buy, and it's not like a $200,000 supercar. These cars range from $7,000 to $27,000 today. Some of them have a little miles on them, but keep in mind, this is a car from the early 90s.
Bro, it's a Toyota from the 90s.
This is a Toyota from the 90s. You're not going to get one probably with like 10K.
Bro, it's
not really a thing.
Bro, this car lasts like 800,000 miles.
I would imagine parts are... I actually don't know if they're hard to... I really couldn't find any information on if parts were easy to find. There's a really close-knit community, just like the Solstice in the last video, of people that are huge into these cars. At the end of the day, currently, for around $17,000 on average, which is a little pricier, but it's still, that's attainable for an 18, 19, 20-year-old. So this car, it's a 90s icon. This car was on covers of video games. It has one of the most iconic rally liveries of all time with the Castrol.
I'm gonna be honest, completely honest. This car is cooler than mine, but Christmassy, not so sure, because mine's a station wagon.
Quarter mile for the Celica GT4 1995. 13.4 seconds.
That is much quicker than my car.
Is it really?
My car's running a 14.7.
So far, we have an all-wheel drive station wagon that makes how much horsepower?
340 horsepower.
And a 90s rally icon that you can still get today for under $20,000. I think we're doing really well so far.
Yeah. All right, so what is your car?
Nah, I might get some hate. I'm a little Ford biased.
Bro, wait, what do you mean you might get some heat? I picked the damn Magnum.
Ford Mustang EcoBoost with a rally kit. It is a Ford. It's a Ford Taurus SHO. SHO. What's SHO?
What does it stand for?
Super hot ostrich.
Super hot ostrich. SHO stands for super high output.
Ooh.
Now,
I like that.
Ready? We did that in sync. That was great.
I know.
Super high output.
Specifically, I'm thinking around like the 2018 all-wheel drive. The 0 to 60 was in 5.2 seconds. Now, I know that they use these as police interceptors. I'm not sure if... I think they use the SHO in some models. 365 horsepower.
Plenty.
That's enough. That's enough.
Plenty of horsepower.
That's enough. You know, the V6 is 3.5 liter, twin turbo. This is the same exact engine they use in...
a Ford Raptor.
Wow.
Which I just figured out.
6-speed automatic. The fuel economy, 60 miles a gallon in the city, 24 on the highway.
You would not be. If you're buying this, you're not complaining about the fuel economy.
And the best part is these things are sleepers. They really are. Because
all-wheel drive, 65 horsepower?
Yeah.
Quarter mile, 13 and 13.5.
That's the same as the Celica.
Yo, that is, do you know what that also is very close to? Q50s and Q60s.
No, it is. You said 13.0 to 13.5? The Red Sport did a 13.0.
Oh my god.
Think about that.
Let's be real here. The Ford Taurus is the slept-on Infinity killer. Let's be real here. The only reason why Infinities are popular nowadays is simply because of the old VQs. The reason why this car doesn't get as much love as Q50 is because of cult following for Infinity.
If you want a car similar, the Infiniti Q50, but you hate Nissan and you want an actual car, I think this is a solid choice. It's almost the same stats, it sounds like, 0 to 60.
It's a
Quarter
twin turbo
It's a twin
V6.
turbo V6.
All-wheel drive.
365 horsepower. One way or another, you can pick these things up from what looks like about $4,000.
This car, you can buy these things for 15 grand cheaper than an Infiniti, more reliable than an Infiniti. Depending on who's behind the wheel, you're beating the Infiniti.
Something that should also be mentioned is that these engines are probably bulletproof. The most important thing that a police car needs to be is reliable. Because if you have a fleet of police cars and they all have the same unreliable piece of crap engine in them, you have less patrol units out there. I would imagine that Ford put a somewhat bulletproof engine in these cars, which is something that Nissan can never ever touch, especially with a Q.
This may be one of, believe it or not, as much as I hate Ford, my favorite selects on cars in this channel.
So they do have performance packages for these. They
No
have
way.
high pressure fuel pumps, cold air intakes.
Ford makes these?
Yes. Custom tunes.
You can buy an Interceptor with a 120 horsepower package for less than a Q50. The whole point of this video, Christmas special, ha ha ha, snow car, daily driving, 17-year-old kid, 20-year-old Dodge, 30-year-old Toyota,
5-year-old.
5-year-old Ford. His is going to be the most reasonable, and his is cheaper than all of us because you can get it at a cop auction.
Or stolen on Marketplace.
Listen, thanks for watching. Very, very, very different cars.
Let us know in the comments if there is a car that we should have mentioned in this video that we did not.
Except an STI and Evo, because I don't know if you can tell, we intentionally avoided the most obvious choice. Seriously though, what car's under your Christmas tree? Or do you want to be under your Christmas tree? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe.
But you don't have to.
He looked real comfortable in that position.
Dude, my kidney hurts.
What the? That's a blooper.
Oh, yeah. That might go at the end.
Alright, you guys ready for the outro?
Yeah, you want to start it?
Alright. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States.